How many of you are here for the free cookies? Because we've discontinued that.
Here are the top 10 fast food items that don't exist anymore, but will always have a place in our hearts.
I miss you.
McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
This sauce is amazing. You said it was promoting a movie?
This sauce originally debuted in the late 90s when Disney's Mulan first made an appearance on the silver screen. The marketing blitz was nothing new. There had been other media tie-ins with fast food restaurants in the past. And when McDonald's Szechuan sauce went through the original run, people thought the sauce was good, but not groundbreaking. It wasn't until recent years that the sauce was brought back into the limelight through an unexpected medium. The popular animated show Rick and Morty ceaselessly and relentlessly brought up the sauce in the season premiere of the show's third installation. This had many people wondering what all the fuss was about.
And it's delicious! And then they got rid of it, and now it's gone. This is the only place we're gonna be able to try it, is in my memory.
Well, it turns out that someone in McDonald's marketing caught wind of the phenomenon, and for a limited time, the chain announced the Szechuan sauce would be returning. This ignited a flame and made consumers flock to their local McDonald's store to grab a few packets of the pop culture gold. Supplies were limited, however, and the sauce only managed to fall into a few people's hands. If you're dead set on trying the spicy sweet sauce, you might check eBay, where just one packet of the sauce can go for hundreds of dollars. How good could the sauce truly be? We wonder. Taco Bell's Mexican pizza.
I love Mexican pizza.
The Mexican pizza was a staple of the Tex-Mex chain for over 30 years. It consisted of 2 tostada-style rounds smothered in cheese and tomatoes, complete with refried beans and Taco Bell's own take on pizza sauce. It was something wholly unique from a chain that had mostly stayed in its comfortable lane of tacos and burritos. Even the greats must fall, however, and this item was recently axed from Taco Bell's menu in the fall of 2020.
No!
Fast food fans were in an uproar when Taco Bell announced that the item had served its purpose and would be pulled from the menu one dreaded day in November. The fast food community refused to go quietly, and many among them expressed displeasure through a petition that garnered nearly 200,000 signatures. Even so, it was not to be a happy ending, unfortunately. Taco Bell went through with their original plans to remove the pizza from their menu, and now we're left with a hollow space in our hearts and stomachs. Pizza Hut's Pizzone.
It's a pizzone.
Is it a pizza or is it a calzone? Neither. It's a pizzone. In the early 2000s, there were many fast food chains who were attempting to reinvent themselves and their menus, and Pizza Hut was one of them. Wanting to step outside the pizza box and deliver something different and unique to their customers, Pizza Hut's answer was the pizzone. It's like a calzone, loaded with all sorts of toppings that you would expect from a pizza joint, be it supreme, meat lovers, or just good old-fashioned pepperoni. The menu item was largely declared a success and offered a bit of a reprieve from customers trapped in their weekly pizza slog.
Enjoy your pizzone pizzas.
They say that all good things must come to an end, and the pizzone had a relatively short run before it was axed like many of our nostalgic fast food favorites. This Pizza Hut item had developed a slight cult following by the time it was removed, and fans clamored for a revival of the calzone pizza. In 2016, the pizzone would finally make its return with the 3 classic options for fans to try again. However, some things are better off left alone, and the pizzone would go much more quietly into the night the second time around. McDonald's Arch Deluxe.
McDonald's Arch Deluxe. I made it for you.
The Golden Arches are home to some of fast food's favorite items: the Big Mac, Chicken McNuggets, and, of course, the golden delicious fries that we've all come to love. You may not have heard of this obscure menu item, however, because it was one of the few times that McDonald's fell flat on their face. With an exorbitant marketing budget and real culinary inspiration behind it, the Arch Deluxe was advertised as a sophisticated sandwich for adults, as opposed to the children that the chain seemed to be exclusively catering to at the time.
What?
McDonald's?
What consumers were given was something altogether different. It was constructed with a seasoned patty between a potato roll and a unique sandwich spread made by combining mustard and mayo. After the item was let loose on consumers, it was quickly decided that the sandwich was over-marketed, underappreciated, and not a big seller. Many people cited its high price as a major reason that the burger failed, but others simply didn't like it. For every culinary marvel from our fast food titans, there's also a skeleton waiting in the closet of your favorite chain. KFC's Double Down.
This is a KFC Zinger Double Down. If you like salad, this is not for you.
No, you aren't dreaming. It's true that at one point, the famous fried chicken chain decided to make a bacon sandwich with one difference. The bun would actually be 2 deep-fried chicken breasts. It wasn't hard to see the allure of an item like this. Bacon, cheese sauce, and secret spread all nestled between 2 pieces of the Colonel's famous chicken. What's not to love? Well, your cardiologist might have something to say about the sandwich, but the Double Down was largely a success when it was released.
KFC Double Down. All chicken, no bun.
It had its run like many of the items on our list, but was unfortunately struck from the menu for no apparent reason, much to the dismay of fried chicken lovers everywhere. Was there a fault in the sandwich? Some say it was just a tad too egregious and not at all practical. The real reason for the item's disappearance is up for debate in some social circles, and I doubt we'll ever get an answer that satisfies the masses. After the Double Down was removed, it made a short resurgence in the mid-2010s, but alas, this too was short-lived. The Double Down does seem to make an unexpected return every now and then, so if you see it on the menu, place your order before it's too late. Taco Bell's Waffle Taco.
And I love Taco Bell's new breakfast.
There was a strange breakfast renaissance in the middle of the last decade. Many fast food chains that were once content to stay firmly planted in their wheelhouse decided instead to branch out and start serving breakfast. This was a space largely dominated by McDonald's and other breakfast-specific chains, but all at once, Wendy's, Arby's, and yes, even Taco Bell decided to throw their collective hats into the breakfast food arena.
Hey, it's waffle time, won't you have some waffles of mine?
One of the byproducts of this competition was the breakfast taco. It was, to put it quite simply, a waffle folded in half, stuffed with a sausage patty, scrambled eggs, and drizzled with maple syrup. What's not to love? Well, some people had a hard time finding the appeal of tacos early in the morning, and along with the fact that Taco Bell historically had no experience with breakfast, the breakfast taco was a bit of a flop. Supplies were limited, wait times were long, and the item itself, well, maybe the VIPs at Taco Bell should have thought about this one a bit longer before being put on the menu. All these things combined contributed to the end of the breakfast taco, and unfortunately, there's no sign that it will be coming out of retirement anytime soon. Burger King's Cini Minis.
Mini-me.
Keeping in line with the breakfast theme, at one point Burger King attempted to corner this market with more sweeter fare. Sure, the chain tries to evoke the flame-broiled aspect of its marketing as often as possible, but a lighter touch was needed for an item of this nature. These miniature cinnamon rolls were a direct result of a collaboration with Pillsbury, who had much experience in pastries and other bread products. Together with the fast food chain, they helped create the Cini Minis. These were miniature cinnamon rolls that were divided up into 4 equal parts and sold as a dessert item at the burger chain.
Gimme Cini Minis?
Fans rejoiced at being able to satisfy their sweet tooth at a fast food restaurant, and the cinnamon rolls gained a lot of traction within the fast food space. While it's true that Burger King was attempting to curate a breakfast menu that could rival other chains, the Cini Minis seemed to be the only part of their breakfast repertoire that was working. They were discontinued in the early 2000s, but made a reappearance in recent years through a strangely one-sided negotiated deal with Grubhub, who offered to give these to customers for free with an order of $10 or more. This promotion was a complete disaster, as Grubhub failed to understand just how many of Burger King's stores would be capable of producing the sweet treats. It would appear that this less than exemplary performance was the final nail in the coffin for BK's Cini Minis, at least for the time being. KFC's potato wedges.
We kept the flavor.
We know what you're thinking. Hey, KFC has fries. While that's true, we're simply stating that there was once a time when KFC sold potatoes, not in fry form, but as wedges instead. In 2019, amid a bit of rebranding and menu spring cleaning, KFC decided to do away with their signature wedge-shaped potatoes, switching instead to the fries that populate their menu today. The original decision brought with it a major backlash, as fans were angry that KFC would toe the line with the myriad of other chains selling regular French fries.
I miss the fries.
In fact, social media was set alight when patrons announced that they were now exactly the same as every other chicken spot. These deep-fried wedges of potatoey goodness were said to be seasoned with the Colonel's secret blend of the same herbs and spices that adorn its world-famous chicken. Many people claimed this would be a bad move for the chain to make, but KFC have since stuck to their guns and left the item off the menu to date. Only time will tell if the fries can truly replace the predecessor wedges that people loved so much. Taco Bell's Volcano Burrito.
Taco Bell's new Volcano double beef burrito with scorching lava sauce.
Absolutely jam-packed with beef, cheese, tortilla strips, Mexican rice, and the signature lava sauce, this was a deserved fan favorite on Taco Bell's menu. It was launched in the early 90s, right alongside a marketing pact with the blockbuster movie Congo. It's true that Congo was less than successful at the box office, but at least fans were left to fill the void with burritos. Consumers went crazy for the menu item. Some of its biggest fans still try to recreate the extravagant lava sauce even to this day.
What's up with your faces?
Volcano burritos.
The sauce is said to be much hotter than Taco Bell's hot sauce by a significant margin, but that didn't stop consumers from scarfing down the burritos in record numbers. It wasn't until shortly after 2010 that the burrito made its final curtain call and was removed from the menu. It would make a few encore runs, most notably alongside the rest of Taco Bell's Volcano menu, but unfortunately, the burrito never fully regained its original strength, and to this day remains absent from the Tex-Mex chain's ordering screen. McDonald's beef tallow fries.
Tallow? What?
If you've been a fast foodie for many years, chances are that you fall on one side or the other of this heated debate. Some who claim that beef tallow cooked fries will always remain supreme, and others who still love McDonald's fries no matter what the formula. Far be it for us to judge, but one thing remains certain: beef tallow fries will probably not be seen again in our lifetime. In the 90s, McDonald's was feeling pressure from certain health organizations regarding the sodium content, cholesterol, and other health metrics of their food. As a concession, the chain decided to discontinue the use of beef tallow in their fry formula and forever change the face of fast food.
A sign of generosity when you share it with friends.
Fans were up in arms then, and they're still passionate now, almost 30 years after the decision came down to change how the fries are cooked. It's something that lives on forever in the minds of fast food connoisseurs everywhere. However, if you're not satisfied with missing out on this culinary wonder, there have been many fast food influencers and amateur chefs who have tackled beef tallow fries. Maybe one of them will be worth your time to try, but as of right now, McDonald's has no plans to reintroduce the secret beef tallow formula. Got a fast food favorite you miss? Let us know, and hit that subscribe button and check out another great video.